So, in today's exploration into the source material, we are looking at a pretty massive challenge, reaching a continent with, over 2,000 languages.
Yeah, it is huge. And if you just rely on direct translation, well, that is honestly the fastest way to be completely misunderstood.
Right. It is like playing a high-stakes game where you know all the rules, but you literally do not speak the referee's language.
No.
You might hit every note, but you completely miss the rhythm.
Exactly. And that is where Transfact localizations comes in. We have been digging through their internal briefings and workflow protocols to see how they operate.
Yeah, they're a linguistic gateway based right in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. And their whole mission is about bridging what experts call the linguistic canyon.
Right, by relying on human intelligence rather than just, algorithms, which is a pretty bold stance in a world obsessed with automation.
Totally. They're not just swapping words around, they are transforming these complex multilingual challenges into seamless successes by focusing on the cultural heartbeat.
Yeah, the stuff an algorithm usually misses. I think the big aha moment here is the difference between simple translation and actual localization, or L10N, as they call it.
Oh, right, L10N. The way I like to think about it is, well, translation is like taking a blueprint for a house and just changing the labels from English to Swahili.
Right, the structure stays exactly the same.
Exactly. But localization, that is, realizing the local climate means you need, like, a different roof pitch or thicker walls for the heat.
Yeah, or angling the windows to catch the Indian Ocean breeze.
Yes. You adapt the entire structure to the environment.
Which is so crucial because if you are a global brand moving into Tanzania or South Africa, translation gets you the literal meaning, but localization gets you actual respect.
Cultural respect, right?
Yeah. Transfact uses native linguists who actually live in these cultures. They understand the vibe.
So they avoid those embarrassing mistakes, like making a medical warning sound like a casual suggestion.
Or accidentally insulting someone in a legal contract.
But, I have to ask about the how here. Cultural respect sounds a bit like, marketing fluff.
Fair point.
In their technical notes, they talk about terminology bases. Are those just fancy dictionaries, or?
It is way more than a dictionary. Think of it as a centralized brand DNA database.
Okay, how does that work?
Well, imagine you have a really complex legal term. If 5 different translators are working on 5 documents, that term might morph into 5 different meanings.
Oh, I see. Linguistic grift.
Exactly. The terminology base is a single source of truth, a technical anchor. It keeps core terms identical and accurate, whether it is a manual in Zulu or a subtitled video in Swahili.
Okay, that makes sense. But I do want to push back on their actual workflow.
The brief translate review system.
Yeah. In a world that wants everything done yesterday, having a second specialist linguist, a reviewer, just seems like a massive bottleneck.
I get that.
Why can't we just trust the first expert and hit send? Especially when AI can give us a good enough version in seconds.
Because good enough is really dangerous in high-stakes fields. Transfact actually calls this their 3-step shield.
A shield against what, exactly?
Well, say you are localizing a clinical trial for a pharmaceutical company. A 2% margin of error isn't just a typo.
Right, it is a massive legal liability.
Exactly. The reviewer is there to catch cultural blind spots that any single human might miss. It is always precision over speed.
And that precision is handled by some heavy hitters, like Good Luck Nyarenda, bringing the legal and corporate lens, or Elvis Ikobi, specializing in medical work.
It really is a specialized team, not just a random pool of speakers.
And their reach is staggering. Over 25 languages. We are talking international heavyweights like Arabic and Hausa, but also indigenous dialects.
Yeah, like Maasai, Zulu, Hausa, and Hausa. And they do a lot of subtitling too, which is fascinating. It is this sort of invisible art.
Right, you have Norbert Maproto leading that, fighting the war between meaning and the clock.
Yeah. You have to condense a complex cultural concept into a line of text someone can read in under 2 seconds.
Without losing the emotion of the scene.
Exactly. It is a very specialized visual rhythm.
You know what is also interesting? While everyone else is going fully remote and virtual, they are physically rooted at Centerpoint, Ubungo, in Dar es Salaam.
Yeah, a very deliberate, human-first stance.
Even on TikTok and LinkedIn, they're always pulling back the curtain to show the actual people doing the work.
It is a great reminder that even today, culture cannot be fully automated. An algorithm just doesn't get the humor or gravity of a conversation on a Tanzanian street corner.
So true. Well, here is a final irony for everyone to mull over. If a localization team does their job perfectly, You won't even know they were there.
Right. It feels totally native.
Exactly. The product feels so right that the translation is invisible. So does that mean the ultimate sign of success for a linguistic expert is to be completely forgotten by the user? Something to think about the next time a piece of tech feels like it was made just